I want you to stitch me on your favorite miracle story, something you've done, whether it's like a witchy practice, spiritual practice, prayer, whatever it is. I want you to tell me about your most magnificent miracle story. Stitch me on it. I'm going to go first. So this happened like 11 years ago. And one of our cats had came up missing, and it'd been already like almost a week. And I had this like gut wrenching feeling like if I don't find him today, he's gonna die. I just felt it inside of me. So I went out looking, and I was a little bit more careful this time. And when I was hollering for Mr. Jim, I could hear like this faint meow, and I found him underneath a shed, and his bottom half was not working. He couldn't move. Obviously, too, it's like Florida, middle of summer. He hasn't eaten or drinking anything. He's been using the bathroom right where he's at. So he was on the edge. And we took him to the vet. They did an x-ray, and his pelvis was broken completely in half. So they told us that for the next like 6 weeks, he's going to be crawling around like army style to get around the house and to make sure that there's a litter box and food nearby, and try and keep him comfortable. There really wasn't anything that he could do. So brought him home. That day, I spent 4 hours doing Reiki, and I specifically was asking for Archangel Ariel to help with this healing session. I had worked with the angels before, but I hadn't really worked with Ariel like that hardcore. And so that was the first time I used Ariel for that. And I know her to work with like pets and animals. So that's why I asked for her help. And I'm sure I asked for the help of like other guides and ascended masters and stuff like that. But I don't remember who they are right now. But anyway, so I spent 4 hours doing this Reiki session and just pumping healing energy into this cat. We go to bed in the morning. When I get up, I look in his bed because it's in our room, and he's not there. So I'm like, okay, well, I think that maybe he probably crawled out and got into like the closet. He wasn't there. I ended up finding him so he would have had to, it's like 100+ steps to get to this area. Just trying to give you like the perspective. For someone like me, it would take me like 100 steps to get to the utility room. In the utility room, there was a table set up where the cat bowls were. We had a big dog at the time. He was good for getting in the cat food. So the cat food was on a table, and he was in the utility room eating food. And I was like, Mr. Jim, what are you doing, baby? How'd you get up here? And this is like a counter height table. And when I said that to him, he just walked off the table, hopped down, trotted off like nothing happened. So literally within 24 hours, his broken pelvis healed itself. So that was freaking awesome. That was my miracle story. It's one of my favorites because it was one that happened like so fast and such like a strong, such a huge shift in health. Because how do you go from a broken bone to walking like nothing ever happened? That cat clearly had more than 9 lives. He was already on bonus time. Excuse me. And yeah, so that's my miracle. I love it. Super cool. Mr. Jim, totally a soldier, and got to ride out a few more years.